Welcome to Biz Alchemy, a podcast about creating a new business paradigm by women, for women. I'm your alchemical host, Jacquelyn, and I'm going to take you on an extraordinary adventure to create a business filled with ease, fun, spaciousness, and abundance. Hustle, be gone. Let's birth a new way. Hello, and welcome to my first official podcast for 2023. I know I released one last week, but that was unofficial and spontaneous, and I didn't use my correct mic, and so it felt like beach holiday vibe podcast last week, whereas this episode is professionally done. Well, as professional as I can be anyway. So great to have you back. Well, great to have you back this year. And things are going to be a little bit different this year. I am going to release the episodes fortnightly. I'm bringing more flow into my podcast creation and recording. That's my intention this year. So let's see how it unfolds. I'm sure there'll be changes, but I don't know how yet. That has not been revealed to me, other than the fact that I will be coming to you every fortnight, which is every 2 weeks if you're in North America. Isn't it a shame you don't use the term fortnight? It's a great term, isn't it? I love it. I love the word fortnight. Like, it's so much, I don't know, it just rolls off the tongue. And I was pondering this the other day, and I was thinking, isn't it fascinating how so many English words in North America, the spelling changed, like the U was dropped out of words like favor and, all those words ending in O-U-R, and the S in words like, oh gosh, now I can't even think of them, can I? But where the S was replaced with a Z, like in realize, and like, I often think, how did that happen? Who decided that? Because it didn't happen here in Australia or in New Zealand. Or who decided that out of all the countries the English went to that they were going to change those words? And mum, how did the U go to an O? These are the things that I ponder when I'm doing my beach walk. If anyone knows the answer, let me know. I do have a bit of an interest in linguistics. I reckon I've definitely had some sort of incarnation around that because I do like to play with words. And anyway, that is completely beside the point. Fortnightly, that's how often the podcast episodes are going to come out. And anyway, this week's episode is a little bit of an extension on what I talked about last week, both on the podcast episode and on my YouTube live, where I chatted about my word for the year and setting that word or that intention or the vision for 2023. And I just explored that. And then through the week, I had my first Biz Alchemy Playground call with my membership for the year. And we did an exercise, which I love to do at the beginning of the year. And a few of the ladies have done it several times with me. And it's a visioning exercise. And it's a really powerful exercise. And I've got a little story here around it that I will share with you. I was first taken through this exercise by a beautiful lady called Linda Bark, who has a coaching academy called Wisdom of the Whole in the US. And I did my coach training. I did that now, must be 6 years ago, I think I was doing the training there. So when I was checking out different coaching academies, and I contacted Wisdom of the Whole and organized an appointment, a time to talk with Linda. And she took me through this exercise. And at the time, I was struggling. I had given up my career as a physiotherapist. I was working in aged care. I was actually a manager that was in charge of positive living, it was called. And I had given that up because I was in relationship with Mark, who was in England, and I was traveling a lot more. So I'd given that up and wanted to find online work so I could work whether I was over there or whether I was in Australia. And I was cleaning at the time because that was something quick and easy. That was just a way that I could get money to support my 3 children and everything. So I was in a place, I wouldn't say, well, it was sort of struggle. It was struggle. It was very much hand to mouth. I was working very long hours cleaning. I set up my own eco cleaning business and, well, it was a one-person show, but I was really, really working hard to, pay the school fees, feed the kids, and pay the rent. And so I went on to this call with Linda and she took me through this exercise. And the end of the exercise, the energy that I was embodying about my vision, about where I could see myself and feel myself was so powerful. I can't remember the actual intention, whether it was about my career or whether it was about money, or I'm not sure what we set the intention to do this exercise. It's like a line. I won't say it's a timeline. It sort of is, but this particular exercise, I don't know what it was, but when I stood at the end of this on number 10, I was in my power. I could feel all my gifts had blossomed. There wasn't even an issue around money, in that the energy just came in and flowed out of me again. And like, it was the most amazing feeling. And I've always had a very soft spot, shall we say, for this exercise ever since then. And I would say that actually where I'm at right now in my life and in my business is very similar to how I was feeling when I stood at number 10 on the day I did that exercise. It was probably it was over 6 years ago now anyway. So this is what I'm going to share with you today. So this is not my exercise. This is Linda's exercise. I'm not sure where she learned it from, but I did receive it from Wisdom of the Whole. I've probably adapted it slightly or left out some bits. I can't remember exactly how she used to do it, so it's probably my version. But it is very, very powerful. Now, for the purposes of today, we're going to focus on your 2023 business vision. But you can return to this anytime and use it for any particular goal you have. Okay. So there's a few things to consider before we do it. One, this is actually done in standing and walked through. So you find a place in your room where, wherever, whatever room you're in or outside, wherever you are, but find a place on the ground where you can imagine a line and you've got a 0 and you've got a 10. Now, for the purposes of today's intention, which is embodying your 2023 business vision, 10 is what your vision is for your business this year. And this isn't like play it small vision, okay? This is like your biggest vision of yourself this year, right? Really embodying that. What does that look like for you? Let's just have a think about some ideas and what could be included in that, and about the feeling that, that'll be giving you. So that's your number 10. Now, make 0 when you first started your business. Okay, so maybe that's where you're at now. So you're at 0. So make 0 where you first started your business. Okay, and then by the time you step to 1, it's a little bit more happening, 2 and 3 and so on. The next thing to think about is, where are you on that line now? So if you think about what your vision is for the end of this year, and 0 is where you started your business, where are you now? Okay, this is completely personal. Obviously, everyone who listens to this is going to be in a different place on this line. So now, standing up. Okay, so if you're driving your car listening to this podcast, you're going to have to do this later. Okay, don't try and do it in the car. So standing up, stand on that point. Okay, wherever you are now, stand on that point and turn around and face 0. 0's the starting point. I have a feeling Linda started at 1, but I like starting it at 0. 0's the starting point. And now consider, between 0 and where you are now, what traits do you have that got you here to that point you're at now? Just acknowledge those character traits. Acknowledge, just come up with 1 or 2. But really honoring yourself, thinking, yeah, actually, you know what? Because of this, and it might be your perseverance or, whatever it is, because of this, that's got me to here. And then turn around and look at 10. Being really aware of that trait or those traits that you came up with, feeling them, really holding, like embodying them, but acknowledging them. And knowing that those traits will also assist you to continue the journey. Now feel what it's like to be at whatever number you're at now. I'm going to now guide you step by step to the end. Now, because everyone is going to be at a different place, I'm going to take 9 steps. I'm going to go through the 9 different stages. I'm saying the same thing at each stage, but I'm going to do it 9 times. So you might find you're finished and I'm still going. If that happens, just ignore me. But what I want you to do is stay in the energy of the 10. Once you get to 10, stay in the energy, okay? Feel it. Like really, it's often you don't want to leave because it's a pretty powerful place. But sometimes people have different experiences. So we're all different. But stay in that energy. And then once I've finished the exercise, once I've gone through the 9 steps, there's a couple more things I want to say. So keep the recording going so you can hear what I have to share. And just one thing, I'm giving you permission. You do not have to step like from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4. You might just feel like you might be at a point and go, I just want to take a half a step. Or you might feel like, oh my gosh, I want to jump 2. Okay. Now you'll feel different at every point. It's quite surprising. And this is why we're embodying it. This is why we're doing this standing up. So we're really embodying the energy. And you'll notice a difference. And some of them you might feel, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And others you'll feel incredible resistance. So just noticing that. You might even like to have a pen and paper, or if you've got your audio recording on your phone, just to take any little notes as you go. And certainly at the end, you'll probably like to sit down and write a few notes, because it's really important to acknowledge what's happening at each stage. Okay, without further ado, that's enough of that. So you're standing, you're facing your 10, and now take a step forward. So in your mind, just decide where you're stepping forward to. And when you get there, take a deep breath in. And as you release that breath, drop into the energy of the number you're on, the stage you're at. I'll just call them stages. So drop into that energy. How does it make you feel when you're at this stage? Are you feeling anything in your body? Are you feeling any emotion? Are there any thoughts crossing your mind? Are you having any visuals? Just being really present to the energy of this stage. Are you feeling comfortable here? Would you like to hang out a bit longer? Or is there part of you saying, get me out of here? Just observing. And then when you're ready, take a step forward to the next stage. Take a deep breath in and release, dropping into the energy of this stage. Notice how you're feeling when you're here. Are you feeling any sensation in your body? Is there any emotion coming up for you? Are there any thoughts crossing your mind? Are you having any visuals? Just notice overall how you're feeling in this place. Is it comfortable, or are you feeling some discomfort? And when you're ready, step forward to the next stage. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, drop into the energy of this stage of your 2023 journey. Notice any sensations you're feeling in your body. Any emotion that's coming up in you. Any thoughts crossing your mind. Any visuals that you're having. Just tune into the overall feeling of this stage. Are you wanting to stay a bit longer, or are you like, I just want to get out of here? And when you're ready, take the next step forward to the next stage. Taking a deep breath in and dropping into the energy of this stage. Notice any physical sensations in your body associated with this stage. Any emotion that it's bringing up for you. Any thoughts you're having. Or visuals in your mind. What is the overall feeling of this stage? How are you responding to it? When you're ready, step forward to the next stage. Take a deep breath in and drop into the energy of this stage. Notice how your body responds to it. If there's any emotions come up for you, what thoughts are crossing your mind? If you're seeing any visuals, How's the general feeling of this stage? Is it a hangout place or is it a get out quick place? Just notice the response. And when you're ready, take another step forward. Take a deep breath in and drop into the energy of this stage. Notice how your body responds. Notice the emotion coming up for you. There are any thoughts crossing your mind? If you're having any visuals, how do you generally feel about this stage? You may already be at 10, so as I mentioned before, just embody the energy here. Really allow it to move through you. If you're still on your way there, take a step forward. Take a deep breath in and drop into the energy, this space. How is it feeling for you? How's it feeling in your body? What emotion is it bringing up for you? What thoughts are you having here? Visuals. Just notice the general feeling of this stage. You must be getting close now. When you're ready, take the step to the next stage. Take a deep breath in and drop into this energy. How is it feeling? How's your body feeling? How are you feeling emotionally? Are you having any visuals here? Or any thoughts? And if you're at 10, which I imagine most of you are by now, really soak it up. If you're not quite there yet, go through another step or two, however long you need. You may have been doing half steps, so just keep going through at your own pace. As I said, if you're at 10, notice it. Notice how it feels. Really allow yourself to anchor that energy. And notice where you are standing in your room or, outside or in your wherever you are in the house. Or just notice that spot. Because you have anchored that energy into that spot. So you can return at any time and stand there and be back in that space. And as I said, when I had that experience I was telling you about when I did this the first time, that spot that I was standing in, feeling my future self really, that spot became like a sacred place for me. I would stand there, at least once a day, and just anchor that energy in and just remind myself, this is where I'm going. It's here. I've already embodied it. It's just about me bringing it into my outer reality now. So return to that spot as often as you want. Now, what's interesting when you take notes and when you follow the journey you went on, you'll notice that there were some places where you felt resistance. There might be some places where it just felt too hard, where you wanted to go and hide. There might be places where, boom, suddenly everything seemed to flow. Refer back to this through the year, because what often happens is this is your journey through the year, and you will have these experiences on your way to that goal. So this is why it's important to take some notes. Often around the 6 or 7 mark, people can hit a wall. It's like there's a whole lot of resistance comes up. Now, you might have experienced that. For you, it might have been somewhere else. It's obviously a unique journey. And you can come back and use this exercise anytime you like with any goal you like. Now, something I want to mention before I finish up. If a part of your vision is like mine, where this year I just so craved and knew I had to have in-person connection. It was just, I know it's an integral part of my business journey because it's just it's like it's a rocket blast sort of thing. It's just, I can't think of the word, the phrase is gone, but it's like being turbocharged. I just knew the energy of my business would be turbocharged this year with that. So if that's how you're feeling as well, and you feel drawn to join me, I am holding a Biz Priestess retreat in Glastonbury in the UK from June. I've just gone blank on the actual dates, from June 9 to 12. So it's a Friday to a Monday. So it's 3 days, almost 3 days, a couple of hours short of 3 days. So it's 3 days. And we're going to have an incredible journey, and it's going to be very much about embodying that business vision that you had. We're going to there'll be lots of sacred work around, especially at the sacred sites in Glastonbury, but also within the beautiful house that we're staying in. We will be doing lots of journeying into opening you to receive a lot more, into connecting with your soul journey and remembering aspects of your soul that are here to be expressed through your business. And of course, we'll be playing with your business. That's the overall energy and how you can really show up as a priestess within your business, regardless of what your business is. But that's what you're here to do. And if you are drawn to this retreat, there are 3 places left. I would just love to have you. So if you're interested, you can email me, email@jacquelynatkins.com, and just request some more details and I'll send those through to you. Nothing fancy. I've got no fancy invitation pages. I've just got notes. But I'm kept it simple. So it's going to be just an incredible experience. So I'd love you to be able to join me. So if that's part of your business vision, connecting in with your like-minded tribe and really being uplifted and expanded exponentially by that, come and join me in Glastonbury. How much fun is that going to be? Can't wait. Anyway, that's enough for this week. I hope you enjoyed that visioning exercise and return to it whenever you feel to, and make sure you refer back to those notes through the year. So until next time, wishing you so much alchemy in your biz. Thanks for listening to Biz Alchemy. I'm Jacquelyn Atkins. If you'd love to know more about the energy of business, join my newsletter list at jacquelynatkins.com and check out my receiving channel on Patreon at patreon.com/Jacquelyn Atkins. Until next time, enjoy creating alchemy in your biz.